First thing we do is shoulder width apart with our feet, a good base driving through our heels, descend down to a proper squat, making sure your knees don't go in front of your toes and load up your hips. From here, we use our arms to help us plyometrically jump up and land soft down. So the phase in between is super important to decelerate, land soft, and jump back up. This is what it looks like in real time.
Start by standing on one leg, then jump laterally onto the other leg while keeping your torso facing forward, hips and shoulders level. Maintain full balance for 2 seconds before jumping on the other leg. Make sure you sink into the landing by landing softly into a quarter squat, which means that your hips shift back, knees bend forward, and body moving downward. If you have trouble balancing, it's better to hop several times and let your body find its balance than to use your other leg to assist. Start off with a short distance and gradually increase the distance as you become more advanced to challenge your balance.
This exercise is called bear crawl forward. The bear crawl creates a lot of demand on your core musculature and creates a cross pattern or sling from one shoulder to the opposite hip. If your quad and core are a good sore after doing this drill, you're probably doing it correctly. Execute with hand under your shoulder, knee under the hip. Take small steps with your hand and foot, ensuring that you keep your low back flat and your stomach tight. Make sure you don't use your low back to move forward. Don't drive with the knee to the outside of the arm. You want to keep the whole body in alignment, nice and tidy all the way throughout. And don't go too fast. This is all about control. Slow and steady wins the race on this one.
Today I'm going to take you through the right way to do a lateral bear crawl. Lateral bear crawls are great for core strength, core stability, and working your upper body and some coordination as you walk laterally holding a bear plank. And now I'm going to take you through the right way. Hands stacked right underneath your shoulders so you're not too far out in front. And then knees should line up with your hips so that your hips do not hike up. When you tuck the toes, think about having your back parallel to the floor. Now, as we step laterally, hand and opposite leg are gonna step to that same side, and then hand and opposite leg are gonna step the same way. And this really allows for your weight to be evenly distributed so you're not stepping with the same arm and leg at the same time.
From a quadruped position, elevate the knees off the ground, keeping the abs in, the core braced, and the back neutral. Next, reach back with one hand in the opposite leg, keeping the abs in and the core braced, not allowing the hips to sag or rotate.
A dead bug hold. You're going to start lying flat, legs straight, arms straight. From here, you're going to bring your knees and hips up to a 90-degree angle, and then bring your shoulders up to 90 degrees of flexion. In this position, you should try to feel that you're doing that transverse abdominis contraction, so your lower abdominal muscles are engaged, your low back is pressed into the table, and you should be able to breathe as you do this. So you're trying to feel everything contracting your trunk and your lower abdominal muscles, and you're holding this position without any arching in your low back and continuing to breathe.
I'm gonna have him lie on the ground today to show you guys how to do a Superman hold, all right? So the Superman hold, he's gonna lie down, he's gonna point his toes, his arms are gonna be up, outstretched in front of him. The goal of the Superman hold is kind of the opposite or the inverse of the hollow body, all right? So the hollow body is we're working everything in the midsection. From here, for the Superman, he's gonna be working shoulders, glutes, and low back. So when I say Superman hold, go! He's gonna come up, he's gonna try to get his thighs off the floor and his chest off the floor. So if you feel right here, everything should be kind of squeezed back behind, glutes should be squeezed, low back is engaged. We're gonna hold this for whatever the designated amount of time is, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 3 hours, whatever. Just kidding. All right, this is our Superman hold. He's also gonna breathe, right? And then he's gonna relax, all right? Relax, everything should be completely relaxed. I'm gonna have him point these feet Just a little bit more out, and then Superman hold, go. It's gonna come up, again, thighs off the floor, chest off the floor, working shoulders, lower back, and glutes. And that's a Superman hold.